Hey everyone, Jeff Arnold with 4Spot Consulting with another episode of 5 Minute Friday. This week there were 4 things that stood out in HR as it relates to automation and AI. The first one is that most teams are actually just reacting with AI. They're not planning to put it in their system. They're seeing a hole, they're grabbing a tool, and they're plugging that hole. It's not a planned process. The leaders are starting to say that that's not going to cut it as they move forward. They need to build a systemic system that incorporates AI into their planning, into their operations, so it's not just reactive in what they do. They have to be proactive in their approach. So that is what you're going to need to do if you're an HR leader. You're going to have to start using AI in a proactive manner, not in a reactive manner. The second thing that was out there was the idea that AI makes HR less personal. And I think that's actually the opposite. If you're using AI inside of your operations, you're taking away the boring, mundane copy and paste from your high value people. You have high value people doing low value work. AI allows you to not do that. It allows you to use automation and AI to be able to reduce that mundane work for your staff, allowing them to do the human things in human resources, working on coaching, working on culture, and working on strategy. One leader said it this way: AI in HR isn't less human, it's more human. And that's exactly the way we need to think about it. The third one's kind of crazy. It says that more than half of the people that are in the workforce today are using AI without their manager's knowledge. So as much as that sounds like a great thing that they're using AI to be more productive, it shows they're taking the initiative to try to do that. The problem with that for HR departments and companies is that if your company hasn't vetted that AI service, or they haven't put an actual process in place of how that can be used, you could be getting incorrect information. You could have a different tone, a different voice. You could be saying things that are incorrect. And more importantly, you could have a security risk by having them using a system that you have not approved. So if you're an HR leader, you need to start looking at getting AI into your processes, vetting a service and saying this is a service we are okay with, and then building your brand voice inside of that AI system so that everybody is using the same voice when they speak, they're using the same information when they're getting answers out of that AI system. So again, planning is going to be the key of deploying a proper AI system. And fourth, everybody says that AI is taking jobs. Well, it turns out that story is not so black and white. The latest data from the New York Fed says that we're not seeing huge layoffs. What we are seeing is retaining. About a third of service companies are upskilling people to work with AI instead of cutting them loose. It looks like the big shift isn't elimination, it's transformation. So there you go. Planning ahead is the key. AI is not taking jobs from people. It's actually allowing you to upskill somebody and transition them and shift them into a different type of role. And HR, and I believe this, is HR is not making your process less human. It's actually making it more human. If you take away the mundane, if you automate those mundane, repetitive tasks, and you allow your high-value people to do high-value work, then you are going to have a more human service, and your quality of employee and your quality of customer service is going to thrive. Well, that's it. 5 Minute Friday for September 5th, 2025. Look forward to seeing you next week.